So, you're looking to buy your first Strat and thinking to yourself, which one should I buy? They're all pretty much the same, they all pretty much look the same, but there are some marked differences that you should know about before buying your first Strat. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Fender either. So in this video, I'll be looking at the 5 things you need to know before buying your first Stratocaster or S-style guitar. Stratocaster or S-style guitars have a different fretboard radius, or different fretboard radiuses from 7¼ radius to 12-inch radius, and they're going to feel very different when playing. They will also react differently to string bending. The radius is the arc of the fretboard and will determine how round or flat it feels to play. Normally, flatter fretboards play faster. Not always the case, but typically, especially if you're starting out. The neck profile is going to be important, and there are many different profiles out there to be aware of, from C shape, modern C, deep C, D, soft V, etc, etc. And choosing a neck profile that works for you is going to help improve your playing, because how the neck feels in your hand is a personal thing. So I recommend you try out a few different ones to find out which feels good to you. Different frets on the fingerboard are going to feel very different when you play up and down the neck. The most common type these days is medium jumbo, but you can get jumbo frets on this 50s road-worn Strat, or even super jumbo frets, which will feel higher under your fingers. It's important to make sure you have frets that work for you as a player. I'd say start with medium jumbo and go from there. I couldn't count how many pickup variations there are, as there are so many. And it's a common mod for Strat owners to swap out the pickups. That aside, single coil pickups are going to sound more chimey, whereas humbucker pickups will sound fuller and have more output. Strats can have many different combinations of these pickups, and it's quite common for a Strat to have both types, often called HSS or humbucker single coil. Something to be aware of depending on the type of music that you want to play. But there are no rules. What sounds good to you is good. Often overlooked, the weight of the Strat can vary a lot, from 6.5 pounds to over 9 pounds. And weight will make a difference in the way the guitar feels. For example, this 50s road-worn Strat weighs in at around 7 pounds, whereas my 60s player Strat is closer to 9 pounds, and you certainly do feel the difference. Try a few different Strats for yourself to see what you're comfortable with. As I said at the beginning, there are many S-style guitars out there, and depending on your budget, there's going to be something for everyone. From Fender American or Mexican, to Squier, to Shure, all the way down to Firefly and Michael Kelly. Specifications vary a lot on these guitars, and hopefully the tips that I've given you will help you determine which Strat you want to buy. There's no right or wrong. If it feels good to you, if it plays good, if it sounds good, then it is good. It's as simple as that. Any decent guitar that's been set up correctly should give you a great playing experience. Never underestimate the importance of having a guitar properly set up. And as I always say, put the guitar in your hands whenever you can to feel it and play it for yourself. You'll get a good bond with that instrument that way. Now, I'm sure I've missed some other important things to look out for when buying a Strat, so why don't you let me know in the comments below so that everyone can read them. Thanks for watching, stay well my friends, see ya.